Bzzz, I just got stung by lightning. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream so cold. It's crazy, man. I don't get it. What does it do? Because you know what? I get annoyed when people automatically assume everything weird is like a fetish thing. It's the same thing when people say like, oh, when they wrote this song that has like a weird key change, oh, they were totally on drugs when they made this. It's like ASMR, right? Like I assumed that it was all horniness, and then people were like, no, that's insulting. It actually gives you chills in your head. Yes, we JO to it, but it's, secondary. It makes us feel safe and comfortable. The JOing that's just something we were gonna do anyway. So I'm like, to me, it's like gambling, right? Like, is it just something where seeing someone like paying 27 cents and then having someone go, I just got stung by lightning. Like, does that hit part of the brain that doesn't get hit by anything else that mankind's ever invented? Hang on, I got a great bit brewing here. Town in Europe that danced itself to death. Strasbourg. I gotta say, this TikTok NPC stuff, I feel like the last non-dancer in Strasbourg in 1518. Like everybody else is going crazy. Gang, gang. Ice cream so cold. I just got stung by lightning. Oh, spicy. And I'm over here just like, baking my baguettes or something like that, wondering where everyone else went crazy. And then they're telling me I'm going crazy because I'm the one who's not saying gang, gang. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, people pay you $25 to hear you say thank you for the gifted subscriptions. That's true, but like, I don't get that either. To be honest. I'm thankful, but I don't really get it. You are right, though. I'm the only honest streamer. There's so many other streamers who structure their entire stream around thanking people for the subscription and the donation. And then all of a sudden, TikTok NPCs distill it down to like its basest elements. And they're like, whoa, this is so weird. What you should do is during your Call of Duty Warzone queue, just read out 100 donations that say, thank you for your content. You've changed my life, with your eyes glazing over, and never respond to any of them. Hey, by the way, Maple Steph, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. Ice cream so cold. Thank you, Little Brave, for the gifted subscriptions. I don't want to say anything and get caught in the compilation. Get caught. I don't want to get caught in my own clip. Just had Stok for the first time. It tastes so much worse than Nitro. You're crazy. Yeah, but 2 for $11.99 at Costco. 2 for $11.99 at Costco. How much does your Nitro cost? Sometimes if you're buying pre-made cold brew at the grocery store, it'll be like Stok, $6.99 a container. Or you could buy 1 can of Stumptown, $5.99 for like 175 milliliters of coffee. I don't want 175 milliliters of good coffee. I want 4 glasses of mid coffee. I want a large farva, exactly. I don't want a large farva. I want a liter of cola. What happened to the 1 cup Andy? I am a 1 cup Andy. I just want to buy 4 cups at a time and then have it one cup a day for 4 days. Look up La Colombe. They sell gallon-sized cartons for $30. I'm going to be honest with you. If it has to come to my house in a box, I'm not getting it. I am willing to pay a grocery store premium for the grocery store to receive a large crate of coffee, break down the box itself, and then recycle the box. There's occasionally I'll buy something on Amazon, but honestly, having to process the cardboard box for me is like, it's a 5% cost premium. It's just annoying. Question marks? Give it to the cats? Yeah, if I only ordered like 1 box in my entire life, then I could give it to the cats. But if you're getting like a couple of Amazon packages a week, like, it starts to add up. All of a sudden, you're getting cat food coming in. You're getting coffee coming in. You're getting litter coming in. You're getting Tide Pods coming in. You're getting, you got a Hello Fresh box coming in. It never ends, man. I'm full regressing to the 90s and I'm going to the store as opposed to driving all the time for everything. Bro, I live in a walkable city. I'll walk to the damn store, bring my own bag, pack my own bag, leave a 25% tip for the cashier, just walk back to my house. Plus, my car runs on water anyway. You ain't walking for cat food? I walk for cat food all the time. It's not called a walkable city asterisk, except for cat food. You buy the cat food, you hold it, you walk home. You need to get stronger. I'm not walking with my 30 pounds of dog food. That's a you problem. That's not a city problem. Skill issue. You know what you do? Just start buying the 15-pound bags and walking home. And in like 2 months, you'll be carrying that 30-pound bag, no problem. I will say that I feel for you because they always put it in the bag and the bag doesn't have a handle. So you have to hold it like under your arm like this, which could get really awkward. Or you have to like hold it up on your shoulder. And that it just makes you look like kind of, I mean, I'll carry it like this, but I feel weird. I feel like people are looking at me. They're like, wow, that guy's got 30 pounds on his shoulder. He must think he's really strong, but actually he's weak as hell. Like it looks like you're carrying like a cement block or a bag of concrete or something like that. But like when we were moving, not so much this time, but the last time we moved, I would routinely move things like on my head. I don't think it's good for your neck, but it's really good when your arms and shoulders and back are tired. And I always felt like people were looking at me like he's crazy. But honestly, if you put like a 40-pound box on your head, your head and neck do all the work, and then your hands just keep it from falling over. I wouldn't do it like all day because I think it would make you shorter, and I don't have that many inches to afford. Your neck is strong. Like you think about it, like I mean, listen, you wouldn't want to like try to lift 300 pounds with just your neck. But the neck literally is like keeping your head up all damn day. It's every day. It's not just every day, bro. It's all day, bro. Like your neck is only relaxed when you're laying down. Even now, like my neck it's working. I'm not saying it's flexed, but it's working. I also think I have like a really strong neck because in 9th grade and 10th grade gym class, they never taught us how to do crunches properly. So like every time I would do crunches in high school gym class, my neck would hurt like you know what, before my abs even started to hurt. Like I had like a beer gut in the 10th grade from eating too many plain Lay's chips. It's not even good. But my neck was like, because our teacher told us, I think he was working on antiquated knowledge. Our teacher told us when you do a crunch, you don't put your hands behind your head because that's like it's too easy. You absolutely have to like cross your hands over your chest, or you have to keep them straight at your side. And then like when I started working out on my own and I started doing this, I was like, no wonder my neck hurt like a son of a you know what. How does that make your neck hurt? Because the weight of your head is entirely like, imagine your head is back and your neck is holding it up. Like you're doing like a head plank. But if you you could still work out your abs. You just leave the weight of your head in your hands a little bit so that your neck is supported, and then you use your core to pull yourself up. Maybe it makes every crunch like 15% easier. So just do 15% more crunches. I've never seen, like a Marvel actor be like, oh, my fitness secret? Oh, I didn't look good until I took my hands away from my head when I was doing crunches. And then the 8-pack just manifested. No, brother, the secret is steroids, okay? And like pseudoephedrine. Don't sweat the small stuff too much. Dude, don't risk getting like a permanent neck injury just to make your crunches 2% more efficient. Like, that's crazy. What are you eating over there? Yeah, but you are eating.
Not anymore.
Okay, what were you eating?
If you had to guess, just give me one guess.
Okay, this is going to be crazy.
Okay.
I'm going to say that it's you bought your kids like dried fruit bars, and then you bought them at Costco, and it was like a 60-pack. You gave each of them one bar, and they said, we don't like this. And now you're working your way through 58 dried fruit bars, 2 a day for the next month.
He knows.
How close was I?
Pretty close. Pretty close. It was overcooked Cheez-Its that I've asked not to be bought anymore because they're too good.
Oh, is it like is it white cheddar grooves?
No, they're called extra toasty. So
Extra
they're only the
toasty.
burnt ones.
Oh man, they are the best.
Yeah, but alley love, you know, it doesn't help the alley love, you know?
That's definitely true. Yeah, like every single one of them is like 15 calories or something like that. Okay, Dan,
Like-
let me, because I know you haven't played this before.
Yeah.
And as you can see, my hub world is absolutely popping off right now. In ways that are
there's
indescribable.
dodge rolls.
There is a dodge roll. It really is. It's a little bit like Hades meets Enter the Gungeon with like a high fidelity Super Nintendo art style.
Love it.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with the talking points real quick. Legendary warriors, the Ember Knights, are skilled in wielding more than a dozen weapons, only one at a time though. Multiplayer, co-op, and a big focus on synergies. Create unique and deadly builds by unlocking new skills, getting game-changing relics, and in co-op, set up combos and synergies between your playstyle. Now, I'm not saying that means one of us is going to be DPS and one of us is going to be support, but we'll figure it out as we go.
I will say, Ryan, don't forget about the face praxis hordes. Beasts, specters, sorcerers, and creatures of all sorts fight against dozens of unique monsters, each with their own unique attacks and behaviors. You nailed the ad read, though, by the way.
That wasn't an ad read. That came straight off the top of the dome piece.
Oh, wow.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, okay. Earlier today, it was like once a 6-month appearance. Apollo showed up in chat, which is a very, very big rarity. And I asked him, I said, hey, look, you're not going to hurt my feelings, but like, do you miss Unity? And I was prepared for either answer. What do you think he said?
I think he said no.
That's what I thought he was going to say. And he said, of course.
Oh, that's nice. He's nicer in chat than he is over voice, honestly. And I can relate to that. I think that's fairly natural.
See, I think I'm the opposite. I think I'm not as nice in chat, but nicer in real life.
I think that's also true. Oh, secret. Oh, never mind. I think I'm meaner in chat, but I think I can be insensitive in the voice call as well. So I don't know. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Well, what about since you brought it up, what about your initial meeting rating? Like the first time you meet someone. I mean, I would certainly not put you in the top 50% of kindness.
Just because you said you watch me and I said thanks for the 5 cents.
Yes.
That's just funny. It's just a funny statement.
If I know you, yeah, that's funny. But I'm like, I honestly thought, I'm like, this dude is kind of a jerk.
I don't think I was kind of a jerk. I think I was, because that's the kind of comment that you would make with like a close friend.
But I didn't know you.
I know, but by making a comment that you would only make with a close friend, isn't it more like, it's like assuming a level of intimacy that makes us feel more familiar with one another right off the bat, thus deepening our connection?
I mean, I kind of chalked it up to like you were nervous. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I might have been nervous. Not because you won Big Brother, but just because you're a new person.
How did you meet NL was my first impression. I met him through math. It's my first impression. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm like, hey, man, thanks. I watched your video about making a YouTube video. It's like, well, thanks for the 5 cents. And I'm like, okay. Like, I was excited to meet him. So I'm like, all right, I'll let that one slide. But I didn't fully get his humor at the time either.
I know how it is.
So speaking of accidental, so it's not BM, but like typically like, and I'll break the fourth wall here, chat. If I send Ryan a DM and we're talking, usually the advanced radius of time responses, I'd say 24 hours, plus or minus 4.
Yeah.
And you went like 0 dark 30 for like 7 days, and I'm like, okay, I know he's moving. I'm like, man, did someone clip the BM that I was talking about him and send it to him or something?
Well, let me tell you how that went down. First, we were moving, but then we didn't have a desk at our new place. So after I would commute to our old place in the morning, drive home to our new place and then just like look at my phone if I ever had to use the internet. So I don't have Discord on my phone. So it was very limited for me to reply to messages. Last week we got the desk, but there were some problems with our internet. And then this weekend we went camping. So everything was like a little messed up. But now we're back in a more stable routine, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I gave you the benefit of the doubt because I thought you were unpacking. But let me ask you this, because this is let's reverse engineer this thing. You don't have Discord on your phone,
right?
I feel like there's a good reason for that, but I can't seem to find one.
I would look at it. I preferred, like, I'm not one of those crazy people who's like, I need to regress to like a Nokia. Like, I'm at my computer a reasonable amount. That gives me an ample time outside of special circumstances to reply to messages. But
define reasonable.
Well, like, now that we actually have like a desk here and internet, like from 9 till like 4, I'm around.
Okay.
Which is enough.
That's ample, yeah.
I don't want to be like at the playground with my daughter and I'm like, I can't play like fake store anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't buy like one more loaf of bread from the store that she sets up under the slide. And I'm like, oh, let me just open up my phone really quick. And it's like a Discord DM being like, when is he going to play this game again? And like tilt my mood for the whole day. Like, it's just a bad use of my mental health, I think.
No, you know what? I knew there was a good reason. I couldn't fathom it, but now I'm probably going to adopt your reason. Because sometimes that happens. Like, I'll get buzzed and it may be like, you know, like someone posts a new meme image or something.
And then you're like, ha ha ha. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then are you fully moved?
We still have some more furniture coming, which will hopefully reduce the echo in my office, but that's about it.
How would you rate the move? That's like one of the top 10 things that people don't want to do. It's like dying's number 2 and moving's number 1.
It was, oh, you take the other one. It was like, it was pretty bad. Like, the movers that we got scratched the heck out of our old place. Well, like, scraped up the paint, scraped up the hardwood, and we're like presently in, I don't know if you call it negotiations, but we're in like the customer service situation where they're like, hey, how much money would like compel you to not leave a 1-star review? And we're like, this much. And then they're like, we can't give you that much. All we can give you is like a number that's like 1/10 of that. And I'm like, well, we're at an impasse then, aren't we?
Well, when you say like scraped up, like what you're talking, like a few like angel hair pasta scratches, or what are we talking here?
Not angel hair
talking,
pastas.
We're talking gashes. We talking like ravioli style holes in the wall.
The floors are definitely gashed, and I don't know if I feel like contracting maybe is a bit, I don't want to say a scam because they're doing something that I don't know if I could do. So I want to give them credit where credit's due. Did you know that if your hardwood floor gets damaged, it's essentially impossible to repair it? The only thing you can do, unless you can somehow source the boards that were originally used, is replace your entire hardwood floor. I'm dead, by the way. I think you got this, though.
Wait. When you walked back in your place for the first time, what was your reaction?
Well, like, honestly, I'm not detail oriented. Okay, that's so like most of the time, like it doesn't bother me that much. Like I would live it. You know those memes that are like, men will really live like this and think it's okay, and it's like just a room with a PS4 and then the TV's on top of like a Rubbermaid tote.
With like a bunch of Wendy's bags around.
Exactly. Well, I would prefer to keep it clean, honestly. Oh, sorry, Daniel. Oh.
I killed the boss. So you're saying like you've seen the meme picture?
Yeah. Like I don't notice stuff like that much. And I'm sure you can relate to this, and a lot of people can relate to this. My wife notices it a lot, so it's a big problem for her. So it became a big problem for both of us because we're on the same team. So I'm mad that they did damage to the house. I'm much more mad that, they damaged my wife's mental well-being, especially during an already stressful period. So as a result, you got to pay the piper for that. And then they started, basically, long story short, we got a quote from a contractor for what it would take to repair it. And it was like a lot. And then I sent it to them, and they said, we can't possibly cover that. I'll give you one guess what their first offer was for the amount of money that they thought was fair.
Like percentage-wise?
Just pick like an amount of US dollars that would make you mad.
I'm just saying, like, your floor is scuffed, holes in the walls.
Holes in the walls. They charged us extra money to move my wife's piano because they said they had qualified piano movers, and then they damaged her piano. So, like, we paid extra money for them to break something they shouldn't have been moving in the first place.
I'd say $200, $250.
You're exactly correct. They offered $225, and I basically sent him back with an email that said, if you're not going to give us a serious number, then just eat this 1-star Google review. And then they said, we don't want to do that. Tell us what would be fair. And I said, 10x it.
Let me ask you
and
this,
they
though.
said we can't 10x it, and they offered like another $150. And I said, lose this email address. And then this weekend, I didn't reply after I said lose this email address. This weekend at like 5 a.m. on a Sunday, they said something that was like, we've reevaluated this case and we understand you're mad. We'd really like to handle this before it goes to like a customer review. And I've been leaving them on red the whole time. Because it's straight, honest, and not to be like, I'm not trying to big shot them or anything like that. But for the amount of stress that it caused us, but particularly Kate, I would rather eat the $400 that they're offering and leave them like a 1-star review that people would see and think twice about ever using their business ever again.
This is not a BM question. I just need to know. Like, how did you decide on this company to move you?
They had really good reviews, which is
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
So
it definitely was not like we went with the cheapest offer. It was like they offered a higher, I mean, they actually did like a level of service that you almost never see, which is like, if we wanted to pay extra, they were going to pack our whole place up for us, like move it and then unpack it exactly where we wanted it. And we were like, no, that's crazy. Like, that's too much. Now I'm like, I'm so glad we didn't do that because they couldn't even just move. And like, I'm sure that you've had experiences like this before. They were moving the boxes and they were moving them so slow that I was like, get the lead out. I started picking up boxes and moving the boxes in.
Hopefully you'd set the tone, right? Like, I'm moving this fast, like, speed it up, buddy.
That was kind of what I was thinking about.
No, I'm with you.
It's like, don't get me wrong. I get that, like, this is your job. You don't really want to put a rush out, but at the same time, like, I want you out of my house. It's been a long day. Also, and this is judgmental, but as soon as I saw the movers, I was like, I don't know, guys. I'm used to seeing, like, one really huge guy that is wearing, like, a shirt that's, like, pre-sweat stained. Like, when I see that, I'm confident. This was just, like, 3 guys who look like me. And I was like, I don't know. If I wanted 3 guys that look like me to do the move, I would have just done it myself.
Did they have any of them have those, like, bandoliers on? Like, I feel confident when I see it, like, especially like an older mover with a bandolier. I'm like, all right, this dude has seen some stuff.
As messed up as it sounds, and there were no bandoliers, but as messed up as it sounds, I want a mover whose back does not work. Because that means he's been doing the job long enough that, like, he knows the best way to do things. I don't want a mover who it's like their first day on the job, they've never sustained an injury. Like, I love that for them, don't get me wrong. But I want a mover who's like learned the hard way how to not do things.
You want someone who's had to make the decision. All right, this baby grand piano's slowly tilting down these stairs.
Exactly.
I can hurt my back or let this thing go. When you're done though, can you? I won't share it. Can you copy the review and paste it in our DMs? I just want to read it.
I could do that. I could do that.
I won't share it. I promise. I won't share it.
It's. I'm not that good at many things. not to sound like very depressed, but I'm not that good at many things. I'm really good at writing like a customer service email that will make the company feel bad.
So I recently asked chat if they had ever like written or complained about like something before, because long story short, there's this downed tree in my neighborhood and it's like blocking the sidewalk. I'm like, I'm gonna take this into my own hands. So I took my kids up to Home Depot and they're like, Dad, what are we doing here? And because they'd never been to Home Depot, and they walk in like, this place smells like wood. I'm like,
It's
yeah,
so
it smells good, right?
smells amazing. Yeah, exactly.
So then we go over because I'm gonna rent a chainsaw because I don't own a chainsaw.
Holy.
So we go over to the rental area, and there's 2 people behind the counter, and they're not like, there's no customers. They're both on their cell phones. And I go up and I go, hey, I'm looking to rent a chainsaw. I go, I have no idea what I'm doing. I hope you can show me so I don't hurt myself. Like, ha ha ha, you know, like joking around.
But also serious. Yeah.
They both looked down at their phones and like didn't say anything.
Oh
so
no.
I'm like, okay, like, hey, I'm gonna go look at the chainsaw. I go look at it. I come back and I go, hey, which one of these should I get? And like, there's no customers there. They're looking down at their phones for like 30 seconds.
Oh no.
and like normally, like especially when my kids are on, I'm on my best behavior.
Of course,
but
yeah.
I said something along the lines of, hey, I'll come back when you guys aren't so busy. And then I walked out of the store and my sons are like, hey, how come we didn't get the chainsaw? And I'm like, well, those people didn't feel like doing their jobs. And they're like, well, can they get in trouble for that? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, why don't you say something to the boss? And I'm like, well, if I say something to the boss, then they're gonna get in trouble, and maybe they're just having a bad day, you know. And so like, I've never really, and it may be contrary to what you believe, I've never really complained about anything like that because I don't want the blood on my hands if someone gets fired.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
I'm in exactly the same boat. Like, I know it sounds, people will say it actually sounds like crueler this way than the opposite way, but I would rather like eat the bad service, pretend like everything's okay, and then after I leave the business, leave them a 1-star review that probably costs them like thousands of dollars cumulatively instead. and they never know why the business failed instead.
Wait, speaking of like, you said you're not alpha. Was there a moment in your relationship with Kate when you did something and you're like, okay, if she likes me after this, I'm all right? Like,
I
you
can't
like,
remember.
You were jump scared of like a beetle or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. Just in general during the move, I'm like, if my wife stays with me after this move, like we're set. It's like I can't organize stuff. I can lift stuff okay, but
Nice dodge.
not very good at organizing stuff. I'm not good at packing. I'm not good at unpacking.
Sorry, I'm just watching you
I
clutch
know,
up here.
I know. I'm doing my best. I think we have the same bad habit, which is that like,
Ooh.
I only go sicko mode once I'm on like no HP. Imagine if I had lived my whole life as if I was on 1 HP.
You can't though. That's not fun.
I guess you can't summon that resolve at all times.
Nice. Oh, look at that nice little turret you put out there. Come on, you got to carry.
Oh.
This is like a Souls fight. By the way, this is called Ember Knights, chat. You're watching Ryan Gary with 1 HP on the 3rd boss. This is not indicative of how you're going to play when you play this game for the first time.
Don't get your
Please.
hopes up. Oh! Just a little more.
I'm clenching over here. Get out of there! Couple more.
He's so close.
Good dodge. Couple more. Pump.
Oh!
Nice work. Holy.
Why did I just play like that the whole time? Obviously, I can play without getting hit.
Oh, that was impressive.
Ooh. You know what? I had a dad thought the other day that got me really good. I drive safely. Like, I don't drive recklessly. But it dawned on me, like, when I have takeout in the car, I drive really, really, really safe, right? When I am just driving normally with my child in the car, I just send it. And I started to reevaluate, like, my thought patterns. You know, if you got like soup in the car, like you got ramen or udon or something like that, I place it down like in front of the front passenger seat and I try to make like really smooth turns and stuff like that, if there's no soup in the car but my kid's in the car seat, I'm like, what are you doing? Get out of here. Whoa, you're blocking the bike lane. Get out of it. That being said, my kid's strapped into the car seat, so it's not quite the same thing, but still.
You don't want to spill that soup, man.
I don't want to spill the soup.
Dude, when we were pulling out of the Home Depot parking lot, like our view was obstructive, but I'm like, with my kids in the car, like I'm like you, I drive a little safe.
Yeah.
This, I'm not gonna say elder gentleman, but just came zooming through the parking lot with a reckless abandon, and I go, fuck. And I caught myself because I've never let anything slip around my kids.
Really?
And my son Simon is like, oh, Dad, I heard you say it. I'm like, say what? He said, you said pho. And I'm like, yeah, I was saying fudge. He's like, Dad, what does that mean? And I'm like, it's a bad word. Don't worry about it. So then I get home, we get home, and what do you think the first thing he says is?
Mom.
Dad said pho.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So I didn't let it slip, so they don't like really know the swear word they think that's pretty bad is ship. Like,
of course, yeah.
have you ever dropped one in front of your daughter?
All the time, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Has she ever said anything back?
No, not really. Nothing too bad. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm like, I don't mind if she knows the words. I just don't want her to be the one who introduces other kids to the words, and then, I mean, you get the idea. Because then, if someone else's kid learns the word because of my daughter, the parents judge us as bad parents. When we're good parents, but we do swear on occasion.
Like, what if you're sitting down for dinner, and you're, you get your daughter a hamburger. She goes, Dad, I don't want this effing hamburger. What are you gonna say to that?
I would say, we don't talk like that. I would say the problem is not that she said I don't want this effing, like it's not the F, it's her attitude in general for the whole thing. Like that's, I'm not gonna say like you have to eat the food that we give you in all circumstances, but we definitely don't talk to one another like that. Like that's, oh, whoa.
I mean, you would laugh.
I would laugh. I would laugh. It would be a problem. But you reap what you sow.
Oh, I'm toasted. You got to carry.
Oh, it's just another boss fight with 1 HP. What have I done? Oh, there's a pie up there. Gang. Yummy. There we go. I'm dead. Well, you got me, kid. Considering that was our first run, I mean, I think we're cruising now.
Water.
Oh man. Play
There's a party gang.
Oh. Now spicy. Have you been seeing all that stuff? The TikTok NPC lives?
I saw one thing on Twitter, and it was some lady like going nom eating each rose that was like donated. What is that? What's the meta?
It's just a TikTok trend where you pretend to be like an NPC, like a character in a video game, and then people donate money to send you gifts. And the gift will be like a food or like a flower or like a lightning bolt or something like that, and then they react to the gift in the same way every single time, and you've got it. That's it. There's nothing else to get. I mean, you don't get it, I'm sure, and I don't get it, but you've got all there is to get right now.
Here's my question: NPCs saying like Fallout New Vegas, they don't react like that. They, they're a little bit more dynamic than nom.
Oh man. I saw one, and there was there was an article about it. I forget the outlet, so I apologize. But the dude did like a dive into it. So he bought some TikTok coins, and gave a lightning bolt to a streamer that was doing that, and she went, I just got stung by lightning. And then the kicker was that to send the one lightning bolt was 27 cents.
I was stung by lightning. Tap, 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 tap. I was stung by lightning.
Like it's just crazy, man.
We don't even say names for less than $5 minus our cut.
Well, I don't mean it to be like that, but there is an element of that where I was like, holy cow, you're paying 27 cents for the customer, and then the platform's taking its cut, and then like, what do you got left after that, man? You're doing it for like 11 cents or something. Then you gotta pay tax on it. Like you did it for 6 cents. Like it's getting crazy out there.
Oh, dude. Oh, can we talk about Ember Knights? My stomach hurts.
Okay,
Man.
Ember Knights. You saw it for yourself. By the way, it's multiplayer. You can play up to 4. It doesn't have to just be 2. You can also play it by yourself. You can play as solo, and it scales dynamically in difficulty as a result. It's Ember Knights. Thanks again for the sponsorship.
Someone just sent you a lightning.
I know. I'm trying to stop sending me lightning bolts. Holy, look at that. Gang, gang. It's, I don't know. As I get older, I'm like... I guess as I get older, I'm more like, you know what? Make your money however you gotta make your money.
Yeah.
If it's saying ice cream so cold, yummy, no spicy, who cares? It's not hurting anybody.
You still have TikTok installed on your phone?
I don't know.
Speaking of, you have to imagine my shock when so I'm on TikTok. I took it off my phone, but I still used it a little bit. You have to imagine my surprise when you've been dormant for 4 years, and then I see a Final Fantasy TikTok from you on TikTok. What compelled you to do that?
The contract I signed for doing a sponsor stream for Final Fantasy 16.
They wanted a TikTok.
Dude,
huh?
I feel bad because the last 2 TikToks I've posted in the last 18 months were both for sponsored stuff, but then all the comments are like, "Wow, gamer, I am interfacing with your sponsored content. I'm gonna start playing video games as a result of this video," and I'm like, man, that can't be nice for the sponsor to see, but you know, they wanted the TikTok. But I will say, the only time I go to TikTok now is if I have to post the sponsored thing. So it's once a year, maybe. And that's the only time I see TikToks. Because if you're not logged in and someone links you a TikTok to watch, it's horrible. The interface is just horrendous. So I only see the TikToks after I log in. And this one, the one I saw this time, broke my brain. It was a guy who was maybe 19 or 20, and he had a girl with him, and he said, "I'm going to show you guys my secret for how I get infinite kisses." And then the girl was like, "I'm never going to kiss you." And he was like, "Oh yeah, really? Give me a kiss." And then she kissed him, and he was like, "See, I get infinite kisses. By the way, if you guys want to get infinite kisses, buy this sunset lamp that makes your room look like it's perpetually sunset. That's how I get infinite kisses." And I was like, what is this garbage? What is this nonsense? It's just such idiotic, ooh.
Was it an ad?
I don't know. I mean, it obviously was, but
disclosed?
Not disclosed.
Oh.
But that's not even the problem. I mean, for the FTC, I guess. But for me, I was just more like, what is this? Do you let your kids watch YouTube or YouTube Shorts at all?
No, of course not.
Okay, now I feel judged because we let her watch a little bit, but when we were camping,
Shorts? You let her doom scroll on Shorts?
Okay, well, YouTube Kids is it's semi-curated content, so they're not getting insane road rage videos or anything like that. So the videos are relatively harmless. It's usually stuff that's check it out, I'm opening a SpongeBob surprise ball or something like that, or it's a song that's learn the ABCs at the zoo or something like that.
Nice cover.
But she had 20% iPad battery life left when we went camping, and she could only watch videos in offline mode because there was no internet. And I'm like, we've got to restart the planet. That in and of itself made me lose faith in planet Earth. Just the videos that people are making for kids is just I think they're relatively harmless, but they're also insane. They'll be like an AI voice that's like, guess what I opened from the surprise ball? It has a dragon head and a dragon wing. What is it? If you guessed a dragon, IDK, bruh. And I'm like, what is this? People have a hard time, like normies have a hard time imagining what we do. And what we do is at least like, it's kind of similar to like a radio host or something like that, or like, you know, you can, a podcast, you can teach it to normal people. I can't imagine being like 35 years old and being like, yeah, I make YouTube videos for kids, check one of them out. Like, they would put you in prison, I think. I don't really want any of this, honestly.
Like, it's watching YouTube in my house is a treat because it's like, we can watch Bluey, and I'm gonna be honest, it's like, we want to watch Bluey, I'm like, okay, I can be in the kitchen, like, making breakfast or doing something else. But if they're on YouTube, I'm like, I don't know what the heck someone's gonna say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're gonna watch.
No, I mean, I couldn't agree more, honestly.
I won't dox them, and it's not funny. But I have a family member with a little kid, and they like kind of gave him carte blanche on YouTube. And this was probably like a couple years ago, and it like flashed this like large Marge scary face in the middle of a kid's cartoon. And like once that happened, I'm like, all right, YouTube's off the table right now. You know, I don't know if it was like a thing for a while.
You have to admit though that it's pretty funny. They'll be able to laugh at that when they get older, but right now it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. Wait, so if you're not on TikTok, how did you hear about spicy mommy?
It gets pushed to Twitter, and then I catch it on the flip side on Twitter. I'm not trying to be a hipster about it, by the way, but like, and people in my chat will tell you that it's true, and maybe it's sad that it's true. But I was very, very early to the TikTok NPC insanity.
Really?
I saw a tweet, and the tweet was viral. It isn't like it was like I was the first person on earth to notice it. But like, I noticed it before we were getting ice cream so cold, okay? It was like 3 weeks ago that I brought it up for the first time, and I was like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, I know that we're heavy into the did you see this bit? But did you see, it went kind of viral on Twitter. It was like, what's going on the apps? Was the quotation. And then it was a lady in like makeup. She was doing like a TikTok live.
More pretzel, more.
No spicy.
Thank you, Matt, for subscribing. I hope you enjoy. Roses, I love roses.
And she was like going, I'm hungry. And then people would like pay money, and it would give her like a piece of food, like a little cake would pop up, and she would go, I'm hungry. And then they would put they'd pay money to put like a chili pepper on the screen, and then she would eat it. Ooh, no spicy. I'm hungry. It was that for like 2 minutes straight. It's crazy, man. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't like this bit. It's not a bit. This is a real person that's living their life like this and hopefully making a killing, honestly.
So I gotta ask, like, I will say, like, your tweets lately, I've seen as like very curated, Ryan. You know, like very, very thoughtful, like in the lab versus like off the cuff.
Yeah.
But what the heck? And like, I know I'm out of the loop. Like, I had to ask you about gas. But what the heck is Skibidi toilet?
Skibidi toilet is the new hotness YouTube trend for Generation Alpha, which is people that are like, I don't know, maybe like 5 to 20. By the way, can you imagine being 20 and being lumped in with 5-year-olds? That's gotta hurt. But then, like, as 34-year-olds, I'm like, you're basically the same. I mean, you're not basically the same, but you will be in like 10 years. Anyway, long story short, Skibidi toilet is a it's a
Is
series.
that how you say it?
Skibidi toilet, yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's a series of videos where it made in Source Filmmaker, so basically like kind of Gary's Mod type stuff, where characters pop out of a toilet saying Skibidi, and it's kind of like it's a horror type thing going on. And there's a variety of Skibidi toilets that range in power. The G-Man Skibidi toilet is canonically the most powerful, and then there's also Cameraman. Cameraman is kind of the protagonist's helper. He's like the Green Ranger, if you will. So he helps to protect you from the Skibidi toilets, usually by flushing them.
Okay. Is this like a
I failed to see what's so humorous, but
I just know how you know all this deep lore.
it's our business. It's our industry.
So is it like modern day? What was the MCN you used to be with?
Oh, Machinima.
Yeah, it's like modern day Machinima.
I think that's a realistic comparison. It's just,
So-
you know, every generation has its own insane stuff that they use as like a bonding experience with each other.
And this is Skibidi toilet.
Skibidi toilet, yeah. I don't think I fail to see what's so unusual about it. I mean, it's a little unusual, I suppose, because it's like, you know, it's one of the weirdest things I think I've ever seen that has become popular, but...
So, not current events, but you tweeted something about like Joe Biden's Skibidi toilet or something.
That tweet was in the voice of former President Donald J. Trump. The idea being that in 2024 he might be able to capture some of the Zoomer demographic by talking about Skibidi toilet, and wouldn't that be funny?
I just was reading it and I didn't get it, but now I guess I have to go back and read it. And then you dropped an Oppenheimer Skibidi toilet thing, right?
I don't know if the Oppenheimer tweet was related to Skibidi toilet, but I hear what you're saying. I've been cooking lately.
Yeah, you've been. Okay, so we've got. Did we beat 4 or 3?
We beat 2.
Ooh, green. Oh.
Ice cream, so yummy. Bzzz, I just got stung by lightning.
And the NPC TikToks will go on for hours.
It's crazy, right? I don't think I would have the mental fortitude to keep it up.
What's been cooking on the content front for you? Back to SAP?
I feel like, with the exception of Ember Knights, we're in a bit of a dry spell in the world of gaming.
Got
So
it.
I've been playing a lot of Super Auto Pets, and that's about it.
What was the final nail in the coffin of Cloud and Barrett?
Honestly, if I hadn't... Well, the final nail in the coffin is that nobody watched it. Everybody wants to see it finish, but nobody wants to actually watch it like when it's taking place. But like the analytics were like really bad, but the biggest problem was that we were moving. Like if I had 6 normal work weeks in a row where I could have just grinded out like 2 Final Fantasy 16 streams a week, I would have beaten it no problem. I would have eaten the analytics. But like when you get a 4-day work week into a 3-day work week, and then one of the days is just dead in the water because nobody watches the content, then you're kind of like, it starts to play on your mind a little bit, you know?
Yeah, you're cooked. You're like,
Yeah.
my limited time, like, you're not gonna give it up for watching a movie on stream.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But you liked it though, right?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I would love to have the space to finish it, but it would have to be in an alternate reality where people actually like enjoy watching it in a large enough number to make it worth my while doing it on stream. And like, there's just no time to do it off stream either. So, you know how it is.
I didn't tell you this. So my wife took me to see WEEZ'd for
Yeah,
Father's Day.
yeah.
She had a couple comments. So the first, I'll tell you her comments after, but they walk out on stage. The first thing the lead singer of Weezer says, he grabs the microphone and screams, "Y'all ready to get wheezed?" I just didn't expect it out of Rivers quote.
Oh man, that is great.
And my wife is like very kind, like doesn't say boo about anyone.
Oh, yeah.
But he came out and she's like, "Man, he looks old." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, she's like old." And then she hit me with, she's not a Weezer fan at all, but she's taken me to like 2 or 3 Weezer concerts. She just now told me, she's like, "I think he has one of the least best singing voices of all time."
I mean, that's just rude. As much as I'm not a Weezer guy, still.
But like, do you agree? Like, I was trying to like, I always try to understand opposing viewpoints.
I mean, I don't think Rivers Cuomo is a great singer, but also I think that music that exists only because the person singing has a good voice is very boring. So that's not what I dislike about modern Weezer.
What do you dislike about modern Weezer?
I feel like after like the early 2000s, they were just rinsed. Like they didn't have anything else in the tank, but they kept making music. Like
what do you mean
it's
rinsed?
like me doing like 7,000 Isaac videos after the out of obligation.
All right, real quick. One in chat if you would want to see 7,000 more Isaac videos from Ryan.
See, that's the problem. There's a lot of Weezer fans out there.
You know what? I mean, not to be a boomer, but you know what I saw on Facebook the other day?
Holy. Like, it could be anything.
There was a picture of like zipper merging when driving. I said,
Right.
what the heck is zipper merging? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, you instead of trying to merge at the first opportunity, you drive to the end of the merge lane and then sneak in right there.
Is that new tech?
I don't know if it's new tech. That's what in times of very heavy traffic, that's what I've been told is the best for the flow of traffic.
Do you zipper?
Well, it's an interesting question. It's all, I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I'm saying it's the tragedy of the comments. I would love to zipper if I thought that when I got to the front, the person in the other lane would let me in. I've had so many situations where like I try to zipper and then the person who's supposed to let me in says, no, I want to be 1 foot in front of you. And as a result, I'm like, oh man, I should have merged when I had the opportunity earlier instead of waiting till the end. So I feel like I become that which I hate as a result of other people being selfish as well. So at first I'm a victim and then I'm a perpetrator of societal ills.
When someone's trying to zip you, you don't let them in either, do you?
No, I let him in. I wouldn't say I'm a perfect driver. I think that's a little ridiculous, but I'm very accommodating. You don't gain anything material by stopping someone from zipper merging. You're literally ahead of them by like less than 1 second.
Let me ask you this. Let me just paint a picture. Two lanes merging into one.
Okay.
You have like a good quarter mile. Most people are in the left lane. You got someone just blows by the entire lane on the right side to get over to the left at the very front of the line.
Yeah.
Do you semi nudge to block the right lane so
Listen.
that they can't? Just asking.
I might try to move my car so I'm not the person that has to let them in. But I always remember, so I was reading like r/Vancouver, and I'm not going to say I'm always the bigger man, okay? But I was reading r/Vancouver a couple years ago, and people were talking about like, oh, on the bridge, why do people let the lane skippers like in? You've got to stop them from getting in because they're being rewarded for lane skipping. And the top comment was like, it's always frustrating for me, but I just remind myself like all I'm doing is driving to get to my destination. And like, I just want to get there safely. And also, I don't know what they've got going on. I don't know if they're late for something insanely important, like they're on their way to the hospital or something otherwise that means they have to get there faster. So like, admittedly, it requires a great amount of like mental strength to be like, I'm gonna let this person in and not try to block them out and feel superior because they're taking advantage of the rules. But I try to remember that is like, you don't really lose anything by letting them in.
Have you ever been the Zoomer?
I was the Zoomer on Friday. Because let me tell you how it went down, okay? We have to, in order to get to our campsite, we have to catch a ferry. The ferry leaves every hour and you buy tickets in advance. The tickets are like $100 a person.
To get on a ferry?
It's like an hour and a half long ferry. So anyway.
Does it come with popcorn?
You can buy food on board. This is not that relevant. What's relevant is that our tickets were for 8 a.m. and it's like, I don't know, a half-hour drive. So we leave at like 7:10. We think we're going to be there by 7:40. We'll have time to like, it's not going to be an issue, right? I punch in the ferry terminal to navigation and it says it's going to take us an hour and 5 minutes. And I said, okay, here we go. And then I was... The whole way there, I was zooming and I was watching like the ETA. It was like 8 o'clock, 8:03, 7:55, 7:51, 8:02, and like every time I like changed lanes, it adjusted it by like 7 minutes. So I was freaking out. But then I got to a point where it was like you have to cross into a tunnel to cross under a body of water, but only one lane was designated for the tunnel. So everybody was piled into the middle lane, so they were in the right spot for the tunnel. And I said, if I follow the rules, we're not going to make it. I zipped up the right lane as far as I could, and then squeezed into traffic. And it probably saved us like 15 to 20 minutes, and then we made it with 3 minutes to spare to get on the boat. And I made sure when I shoved my way into traffic, I hit my 4 ways and like waved to the cars around me, and I was like, I know, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. It was either that or like fuck up my whole weekend and lose the money from the ferry tickets, and like I had to make a decision in that case, and I did. I would not have liked to have made that decision, but I found myself forced to. But in a normal situation, if I'm just like driving and there's like a lot of traffic, no, I don't zoom because I leave on time.
Chad, AITA.
I think I am the asshole, but I also think that nobody could blame me.
What's put on your 4 ways? What does that mean?
Your I don't know what you call them in America.
Emergency lights?
Yeah, that's like.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't like to do the wave anymore because I feel like everybody's windows are so tinted they can't really see. So if I squeeze into traffic and the person behind me let me in, I always turn on my 4 ways for like 2 seconds just to say, I see what you did there, thank you so much.
Oh, that's new tech. I never heard of that.
Just to be like, but basically what, by the way, great job. Basically what I'm saying is like, I didn't squeeze in. I recognize you made a choice to let me in, and I appreciate it.
I do feel, oddly enough, like, I feel like you've chilled out a lot.
I think so. I think having a kid chilled me out, honestly. Because you have to have patience. There's no choice. You have to have patience to have a kid. Like, it's not like you're going to be like, oh, shut up. I can't deal with this anymore, right? You just gotta, you put them to sleep, and then they're like, come back into my room, I'm scared. You let them cry it out for like 15 minutes, and then they're like, I'm still scared. You go back into the room, you reset the whole bedtime routine, you start it over. You know, you just, it's no days off.
Speaking of no days off, did you log in your hiking on the Peloton app?
Listen, Dan, I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything, okay? When it comes to the Peloton, it's a tool, you know, it's not like a doctrine that you have to adhere to specific rules. I don't log walking. I don't log like an outdoor bike ride. I don't log hiking or stuff like that. I only log strength or time actually spent on the bike.
Why?
Because the tool works for me, not the other way around. I'm gonna hit my 20,000 minutes this year regardless. I don't need to, you know, be like, oh, the only way I'm gonna get the badge is if I, you know, put my hour-long walk on nap time in here.
But don't you like seeing the numbers go up?
The numbers go up when I do the work on the bike. They go up.
Wouldn't you like more numbers?
Again, that's where I'm like, the numbers work for me, not the other way around. Like, I see people, because I'm an insane person, sometimes I go to the Peloton subreddit just to keep up on the news. And some people will be like, I don't think, I have a 90-day streak, but I'm stressed out. I'm going on a week-long vacation and I won't have access to my bike. So I downloaded a bunch of like 5-minute meditations so I can keep my streak up while I'm away. Now, I understand maybe that streak helps you maintain like consistency and compliance. But also at the same time, if you're so stressed out that you're like, the streak is the only thing that matters, so I'm just gonna log in and hear someone for 5 minutes be like, relax, you're worth it or whatever, then I'm like, if you're so Peloton pilled that you can't enjoy your vacation, I think that maybe what you should do is break the streak and rebuild your mental from there and remember the reason you started exercising in the first place.
Yeah, but what if streak is part of who you are? Like, what if it's in your Twitch name?
Well, then you gotta do what you gotta do. In that case, you gotta do what you gotta do, of course.
Because here's my thought. I think at one point, you were Peloton pilled, where you had like a 300-day streak, and then you got sick one day. What did they call it? You call it Little Caesar. You had to go through it. You had to go through the heartbreak of a streak broken, and then now you're on the other side of it.
The daily streak is whatever. You can't control it. Weekly, the only time I've lost it is like if I've been on a cruise ship where you just don't have access to the internet. I don't know. The thing is, my streaks are a little worse this year, but my hours are like way up. Like I've already got 2,000 more minutes in 2023 than I had by the end of 2022. So like it's just, you know, you get in the time when you can get it. I think it's like it's a bootstrapping situation. You use the streak as motivation to build the habit, and then after you've built the habit, don't become a slave to the streak. That's my 2 cents.
That sounds good. Why don't you post that on Peloton?
Because they don't have any. Because the only people who post there are out of their minds.
What do you mean?
I mean, with the Peloton is not like a hobby. And I know how funny it sounds for me to be saying that, but like, there's nothing to talk about. The only news is like, hey, like a new 30-minute pop ride came out. So like, I don't even know why I check it. Like, there's always posts from people that are like, they're making a mountain out of a molehill.
You ever just throw a couple 2 cents from its opposite day here on there?
No, because I feel like to read Reddit is pretty normal. To post on Reddit, you gotta be a little bit out of your mind. I mean, you just gotta get other stuff to do. No disrespect.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
How many cars do you think are in the United States of America?
I think chat's got a good answer. I think it's 1.5 times the adult population.
Okay, so there's 300 million.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's roughly the same as the population of the United States.
Okay, so say it's 300 million
That
cars,
sounds right.
right?
That sounds roughly apt to me.
Okay, of the 300 million cars, how many of those cars do you think has an Ultima Online bumper sticker on them?
Less than 10,000.
Chat said 0. They said 0. So
That's crazy.
So I went into the r/Ultima Online at the beginning of the stream. I typed in, hey, does anyone have an Ultima Online bumper sticker? And then if so, could you please post a photo? And instantly when I did that, everyone in chat said this post is going to get nuked. It's going to get nuked.
Yeah, the mods are going to go crazy.
Just at the end of the stream, one person posted a picture of their Subaru with the bumper with the Ultima Online quote. So like, so if that was 1 in 3 hours, that means there's you're probably right, 10,000 cars.
Most people probably don't check r/Ultima Online every day. Maybe like, you know, once every couple days, just to sort by top this week.
So, but I don't like, sometimes I put emojis in Reddit posts and chat's always like, you're going to lose it. You're going to get nuked for putting an emoji in a Reddit post.
I don't know. I don't know the Reddit kid these days. You know that the chat blew my mind. They told me that the thumbs up react is considered passive aggressive. Whereas like in our generation, if you got a text from your wife that was like, can you pick up milk on your way home? You might reply with the thumbs up emoji. That's like, I saw this message and you can count on me. The younger generation sees that as like a sarcastic, like, sure, I got it. Like, you're gonna get it, but you're not gonna be happy about it. Like forget you for asking.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You know, it took me a little while to wrap my head around. And it's not, you can say it's based, non-based or whatever, but like, I would be like, hey, like, I would invite one of my buddies to be like, hey, you want to go to the driving range or something? And he'd hit me with a heart. And I'd be like, all right, that took me a minute to like wrap my head around that.
Right,
I received the heart for my wife's text, you know?
Of course, that's what it's there for.
But it's I feel like that may be boomer.
According to and this, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, the younger generation uses the heart as a read receipt, as if like just a non-denominational way to say, I saw this message.
Yeah, I don't know, but it
is. If I sent a message to you, and then you replied with or you reacted with a heart emoji, I would be like, what's going on here? Yeah. That's not right.
But it's happened so much to me now. I'm like, I'm hearting everything.
Oh, really?
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, like I got a message from a contractor. He's like, hey, I'll have the quote next week, and I gave him a heart.
And then he's like, fine, I'll be over tomorrow.
So like, let me ask, and maybe this is for chat. Like, if you're texting with someone and you like them,
Yeah.
and you want to, what's the react like? Like, hey, like I'm into you.
Is
type
there
thing.
like it's a red heart react if it's a read receipt, but it's like a green heart react if you're like, oh, let's do it?
Everyone in the chat is saying eggplant.
They're joke. That's like over the line.
Peach emoji?
No. That's like you've already entered the race. Like if you just have a crush on somebody, you can't send them an eggplant. Or I mean you can, but it's at your own risk, I think. But I don't know why we're listening to Gen Z when it comes to emojis anyway. The most emoji pilled generation is the boomers.
Really?
My mom sends me emojis all the time. I feel like they're not she's not using them 100% appropriately, but she's definitely got like the enthusiasm. She sends me a lot of like smiles, but they're not the default smile. Like she doesn't just send like colon bracket. She'll send like, you know, smile with like hearts in eyes or something like that. Like emojis that I've never deigned to use in my day-to-day life.
Have you ever got the one eye closed, big open eye, tongue sticking out from her?
I think I have when she sends me something silly.
I think that above all others makes me the most uncomfortable out of every emoji.
Really?
Yeah, because what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, like one
It
eye
means
is
you're
open.
being silly. You're being silly.
But isn't there one with two eyes open and a tongue out?
Oh, that's like a little too serious.
Oh.
That's, I mean, that's, I personally, I'm not part of Gen Z, but I would feel a little bit threatened by that, a little intimidated. Moms do, sorry, I took this from chat, but it's true. Moms do be loving the Bitmojis. The one that's like, it kind of looks like the person sending the emoji.
Yeah. You know if there's a good Bitmoji of, there's like an I can't, a bit emoji.
Oh, I gotta get that
Apple
one.
has. It's pretty good.
I gotta get that one.
Did you make your own Bitmoji character?
No, I've never interfaced with the Bitmojis.
Oh, because you're Android, right?
I am Android. Is Bitmoji just an Apple thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. My mom has an Android. She must have like Android Bitmoji app that like steals all her data or something. I should really talk to her about that. I don't want to, like, I don't know if you've talked about this on your stream yet, but I'm kind of done with social media right now. So like Threads came out, get the occasional question, are you going to Threads? If you see me on Threads, it's not me. I'm not there. I just don't see, I have enough. I'll keep Twitter, and like on Twitter now, it's okay. I see some funny tweets every day, and then I block every verified account that's called like no context humans, out of context, times reality broke, out of context, etc., etc. And my experience, you know, it varies, don't get me wrong. The way I've described it to my chat is I feel like I got tricked into being on Twitter originally. And it's not that I can't change, but it's more like I have inertia with it right now. But the idea that I would like download another social media app and be like, oh, I just hit myself in the face with my microphone. Hang on, I gotta Threads this. The idea that I would download like another app and willfully like start tweeting again in another name is crazy to me. Like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but as like millennials, I feel like social media came out and we were like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, it's the feeling of your high school yearbook, but you don't have to wait till the end of the school year. You can post all the inane stuff you're doing like at all times. And it was only later that we started to think about the ramifications of like, you know, putting your entire life online for the approval of your friends and your strangers, or strangers. So I kind of feel like we have an excuse to have been into social media at first because it was novel and, you know, it was cool before it seemed scary. Like nobody was really thinking about the ramifications of it. But now to be like in your 30s and be like, yeah, I'm gonna download Threads, I think we're not cut from the same cloth. Let's just put it that way. It sounds a little insane. I wish people were nicer to me, for sure. And they're pretty nice to me, at least these days. But I would always prefer if people were nicer to me, of course. That being said, I want Twitter to be a little bit mean. I want Twitter to have a little bit of an edge. That's part of what defines the platform for me, is that it's like, it's a bit like a roast. I know it's hypocritical saying, like, because I don't want to be roasted, but I want to see people getting roasted. I don't want to just be on Twitter and everyone, or on Threads, and everyone's like, you know, I'm having a great day today. Love having good times with all my Thread buddies. I'm like, just go like outside.
Big Brother did like a 25th anniversary special, and like when they announced who's on it, I got Big Brother Twitter pilled. How come you're not on it? How come you're not on it?
Yeah.
And a couple were like, thank God you're not on it. You're so annoying, this and that. and so this is what I do. It was like a general reminder for me to like, this is why I don't tweet about Big Brother. But also, you know what my go-to move is? Like someone's like, so annoying, glad you weren't there. I respond to him. I think I probably told you this, but I respond to him. I go, hey, I hope you have a good day. You know, but it's not like, hey, I'll come back when you're not so busy. It's like a genuine, hey, I hope you have a good day. Guess what happens? And this is not why I do it, because I think about like, you know what, this dude's probably, you know, not having a good day if he's sending that.
Yeah.
He'll come back and be like, yo, I would just really want to see you back. And in my head, I'm like, well, you could have just said that.
Yeah, people they send stuff like that. And then they go like, oh, I didn't know you were going to see it. So, like, I'm not saying that that's defensible. It's kind of crazy, but, like, you know, at least most people are not dyed-in-the-wool haters of just, like, your average person. Most people are just like, you know, I thought I could farm some dopamine by being mean. And then I'm like, well, you got it, and now you're muted. So, you know, we're both happy.
Oh, you know what? I will say, it's early access. You don't really play a lot of early access games, do you?
I'll play them whenever.
Okay. So there's it sounds like it wouldn't be fun, but it's fun. There's a poker roguelike game called Balatro.
You're speaking
really
my
good.
language. You're speaking my language.
It's so well done. The UI is amazing. It's very thoughtful. Like I played it and I'm like, and you know me and like roguelike card games, like I appreciate them, but sometimes they're not my kind of game. This is high pog energy. You got to check it. I mean, to me, this is like, yo, you got to check this out type game.
I
even
will.
for a segment. Yeah.
Maybe I'll even check it out today.
Ooh.
Because it'll save me from playing Super Auto Pets. Ooh, a 2.
Hey, what do you think about the replacement for Wheel of Fortune?
I didn't see the news. Also, I'm not 87 years old. So who is the replacement on Wheel of Fortune?
If you had to guess, who could replace Pat Sajak?
I would say anybody that can read. If I had to guess, I couldn't even come up with, I couldn't hazard a guess. Because Wayne Brady would be my guess. Is it Wayne Brady?
No. What are you, 87? Ryan Seacrest.
That's exactly, that seems like a perfect replacement for Wheel of Fortune.
You said just someone who can read. Come on, ready for this boss fight.
Look, it had to be like the most inoffensive celebrity of all time that is beloved by people who still watch television. So Ryan Seacrest seems like the perfect option.
Who was a Jeopardy replacement, or is that a revolving door?
So Ken Jennings is one of the hosts, and Mayim Bialik from Blossom and The Big Bang Theory is the other replacement, and I think they alternate. But I haven't seen much Jeopardy in the past few years.
Have you given up your dream of getting on Jeopardy?
I keep doing the online quiz, but they never call.
Only if they knew who was on the other side of the quiz. They would be calling, I promise you
It's
that.
probably because one of the questions, on the online quiz, they only give you like 3 seconds to answer each question. And then one of them was like, Duckworth is this Grammy-winning rapper's first name. And I was like, I don't know, so I wrote Eminem. And that probably disqualified me from ever being on Jeopardy.
Oh, well, you don't know the answer? You didn't look
Well,
it
the
up?
answer is Kendrick Lamar, but I don't know.
right.
There might be multiple Duckworth individuals. Just I'm assuming maybe only one.
Eminem.
Because they give you 2 seconds, and I was like, the only person I know is Eminem, but like that's the only thing that came to mind. I know his name is Marshall Mathers. I'm just saying, when you get 2 seconds to come up with an answer, you're like, oh, I know that it's not this, so I'm gonna type it in. Like there's no defense for it. I'm just saying.
I thought you were doing it to like be funny, and you're like, oh, maybe they'll get my humor. Yo, have you met your neighbors yet?
Dan, I have a nightmare suburbia story for you.
Hit me with it.
About a week ago, I was taken in my recycling at 6:03 a.m. And my neighbor, who I'd never
Don't
met
tell me.
before, walked by and was like, we were talking, and she told me her name, and I made sure to repeat it, like in my head. So I was like, I know her name. I was taking the garbage out, and I saw her again, and she said, "Hi, Ryan," and I said, "Hello," and her name had escaped from me. But we've been meeting, I've probably met like 20 people. I could tell you their house, when they moved in there, their dog's name, etc., etc. And just her name for some reason has like, what I remember of it is that she has a name that is like a name that a 30-year-old cool woman would have been in 1995. Like a Lydia or like a Daria or something like that. Dylan?
Nelly.
I don't think it's Helen. I don't think it's
Nelly.
Nelly. I don't think it's Nelly.
You know what I thought you were gonna say that your nightmare scenario was?
Oh my God, it's Janice. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Save. As soon as I saw Janice, I was like, yes. It like my synapses lit up.
You know what I thought you were gonna say?
What?
I thought you were gonna say your neighbor. You met your neighbor, and they're like, "Hey, when are you gonna finish the Isaac series?"
No.
That was your next door neighbor.
Oh, dude.
Ryan, it was fun, man. What do you got going the rest of the segment?
I think I will play the game that you just recommended after this.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you think. You're gonna like it.
What are you gonna do? Oh, you're leaving, right?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going to tomorrow. I'm doing a whole stream is I have to make 1,000 basketball shots. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go test that out, make sure everything works.
Are you taking them all from the free throw line, or are you doing like three-point shooter style where you like rotate around the court?
Well, there's some modifiers because like I don't think I knew what I was biting off, but it's like even 1,000 layups is gonna take a long time. So there'll be some modifiers.
It is
so
you could have like this one's worth like 10x or something like that. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, 1,000 is, especially if you imagine if you miss a third of them, that's 1,500 reps. I mean, if you miss none of them, it's 1,000 reps. So.
So I'm gonna see how it goes tomorrow, but it was fun, man. It was fun. I hope you like Balatro and Ember Knights was good, man. But it was good catching up too. Thanks for not being mad at me.
All right.
All right.
Later.
All right, I'll talk to you soon later, man.
Dude, I'm losing it. Chad just said he has one basketball. I mean, 1,000 is like a huge number. Like, I feel like you get to 100 and you take a breather, and then you realize you've got to do that 10 more times. Like, that's just where you quit, right? You get to 100 and then you go, like, I can't do 10 of those. That's just insanity. It'll take him 10 hours if he gets one every 36 seconds. Well, the thing is, it's like doing push-ups, right? You look at it, you're like, one every 36 seconds is like really makeable, but one every 36 seconds for 10 hours straight is borderline impossible. Like, could you do 10 push-ups in a minute? Absolutely. Could you do 1,000 push-ups in 100 minutes? Some of you could. I don't know if I could. I'd have to think about it at least. 1,000 push-ups seems like a lot. On the way to Oregon from Seattle, I stopped in Vancouver, Washington for Taco Bell. It was horrible. Does Vancouver, BC claim and respect them? We don't claim or respect Vancouver, Washington. That being said, the Mexican food in Vancouver, Washington is probably better than the Mexican food in Vancouver, British Columbia, although it is coming up a little bit up here. I think it's a little bit of a meme that people say there's no good Mexican food in Vancouver. There's not much good Mexican food in Vancouver, but it's like compared to where it was like 6-7 years ago, there's at least a couple options, but it's very expensive. People in Vancouver, BC, always talk about if you want to get Mexican food, just save up your desire for Mexican food, and then across the border, there's like a taco truck in Blaine, Washington that apparently slaps. But anytime I'm going to Washington, I'm sorry, like I don't even think this is necessarily like defensible. but I'm going to Mod Pizza. It's a nice little treat for me. Ooh. Ooh. A little funky. Songs to pretend to get drunk to in a cyberpunk bar. Me when I'm being served by a hot robot waifu bartender in Neo Tokyo 2175. I don't know if I have enough scriv to pay for this swill. But I gotta admit, you pour a fine drink. Sorry. I forgot how to play video games. Oh, and then the splash screen here. What a mighty fine shirt. This looks like the shirt of someone who got their lunch money stolen in middle school. Sorry. If it's any consolation, I wasn't doing the stealing. I wasn't being stolen from it. I wasn't doing the stealing either. My name is Jimbo. I'm here to help you learn how to play. Next. Your goal is to earn chips to defeat the enemy blind. This here is a small blind. You only need to score 300 chips to beat it. Select the small blind to start the round. Okay, okay. You earn chips by playing poker hands. Each poker hand earns a base amount of chips multiplied by some mult. See your poker hands in the run info area, along with other info about your current run. High card 5 times 1, pair 10 times 2. Straight 4 of a kind, 60 times 5, straight flush, 100 times 8. All right. Cards can also earn you some chips. Hover over them to see. Understandable? Understandable? Now select up to 5 cards to play and play your hands. All right. I feel like the best hand that I have available right now, if we're not getting any more draw, the best hand I have available is a pair of 4s and then 3 high cards. We got 36 points. You can also discard up to 5 selected cards to try and make even stronger hands. Try it. Okay. You had a straight. 2, 3, 4, 5 is not a straight. Now I have a straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a straight. Well, I don't want to discard up to 5 selected cards. I don't want to discard these. Okay, well, I mean, I don't really want to discard 8, 10, jack either, because, you know, we're drawing for a straight there, but I guess I'll discard an 8 if you're going to force my hand in the tutorial. Careful, you only have a limited number of hands and discards per round. Okay? Earn 300 chips before you run out of hands to win this round. Good luck. Understandable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will play that hand. That's a good straight right there. 30 times 3, 36, 41, 45, 48, 50 times 3, 150 points. That's half of what we need right there. 1 extra hands remaining, a little bit of extra money, cash out $4. Nicely done. Now that you're flush with cash, you can buy some new cards from the shop. Try buying this handsome devil, +4 multiplier. Okay, okay. This is one of 90 jokers. 90 jokers? What is this? WB's wet dream for the DC Extended Universe? Every joker does something different. This one adds +4 mult to every hand you play. Be picky, you can only carry 6 of these cards at a time. Now buy the other card. Enhances up to 2 selected cards to mult cards. This tarot card is a consumable. This one will enhance your playing cards. Hold on to it. If you save up enough, you can get a voucher. Permanently gain +1 hand per round. Vouchers are restocked after you defeat the boss blinds. Let's move to the next round. When you get more cards, remember you can rearrange them. Jokers trigger in order from left to right. And make sure you use your consumables. You can't tell me what to do. Select up to 2 cards in your hand and press use on the tarot card to enhance them. Okay, I'm thinking on this one we're gonna use the Empress. to enhance our aces with +3 multi. And then we're going to play an insane full house. Oh, we've defeated the boss already. I'm incredible. 72 times 14, that's a 1,008-point hand. I don't think the order of these matters, but it might matter at some point. Now take me to the next round. Who we got? The pillar. No straights are allowed. Chad. Chad, come on. Don't. We don't have to make a joke about everything, okay? $4 joker. +10 mult if the hand contains a 3 of a kind. +1 hand size. Reroll for $5. That's pretty expensive. I'll take +10 mult if the hand contains 3 of a kind, and then maybe we try to get as many discards as possible. Well, we're not really close to 3 of a kind, that's for sure. We have a lot of evens, though. Give me 3 discards here. I mean, we have a... Honestly, I'm going full discard. I'm going to try to do this in one. Give me an ace or an 8, please. Oh! And our hand contains... Does a full house contain 3 of a kind? As far as I'm concerned, it does. So I think you send it here, and this is out of control. First, you get your aces, your +3 multipliers. You get your even number plus multiplier. You get your +4 multiplier and your +10 multiplier. 2,500 points for a single hand. And we only used one hand to do it, so we're getting 3 extra bucks. Oh, baby. Discards 1 random card per hand played. We need $4,000 to beat the hook here. So far, so good. 4 of a kind gets buffed, or flush gets buffed. Give me flush gets buffed. We start with discards to create something with a 3 of a kind. Oh! Start me here, please. I mean, you're probably going to discard one of my 9s, which is unfortunate, but this might kill you dead just by itself. Holy cow. It was close. You did discard my 9. I would go for the full discard here, because if we get what we're looking for, even if we don't get what we're looking for, the extra 10 mults would kill you, but you're dead either way. Easiest game of my life. Had a flush? Brother, who cares about a flush? Look at what we got going on here. +10 mult if your hand contains 3 of a kind. +4 mult for each even card. Just threw down 3,000 points right there. This game's got a real sense of style to it, too. It's like playing a video poker machine in Valhalla. The way we make big points is not by making straights. It's by making 3 of a kinds full houses. So as much as this is going to bother you, we got to play roguelite. Not just poker, we got to play roguelite. Come on. Okay, now things are getting a little dangerous. We're going down to 0 discards. We have no 3 of a kinds. We have a staggering amount of pairs. I don't think we're making it to 8,000, boys. That's like 2,000. But then we're drawing. Oh. Oh. I have $20. Don't kill me. All right, that's now that we know what we're doing, we will never lose again. That's my guarantee to you. Well, yeah, we're cooked. This is a cooked situation. Pair of 2s. 60 points. Hey, it's not 60 points. Everybody relax. Holy cow, it's like 7. It's like 1,000 points, but still. Okay, we go next. New run. This does seem like a game that would be within a AAA game, and everyone would be like, the game isn't that good, but the game within a game is like 12 years later when you went to your freshman year of college and you were in the dorms, you would see someone playing this and you'd be like, oh, I remember that game. I spent so many hours playing Balaton. And they'd be like, me too. It's like, it's Gwent, exactly. Balatro, sorry, not Balaton. 1 in 7 cards gets drawn face down. Well, I hate that. Do we know that these have to be lower? Like, that's the problem here. We do. Okay. I mean, that could be 7, 8. That could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't know that, but we can't really take a chance. I'll hit you with 2 of these and then play that for a discard. That should be worth a reasonable amount of points. Bro had 2 WEEZ'd. We call that an ambulance. So true. Sucks that that was a jack, but it is what it is. We got a good amount of points. Oh, it had to be a jack because... Oh, you're absolutely right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Because this... Well, it could have been a queen as well, right? I see. Because this could be a 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. I see. You know what? I'm gonna go 4 discards here. Let's use information. How about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 has 3 evens in it. So that seems like a great... I think we just beat the boss right there. I can foresee a situation where you have to take a lark on one of the face down cards, which would be a lot of fun. Next round, please. I would like to reroll. Reroll boss for $10. All clubs are debuffed. Totally fine. Totally fine. Straight up. Discard me. We need some big hands. Two discards remain. Oh, okay. 10 even. Queen even. Ace even. 3 piece. I'm like, I need a calculator on the side here. I guess, you know, we need to draw as many cards as possible. Appreciate that. Appreciate that again. Appreciate it. That was only 700. Well, actually, it was 1,200 points. I can't do math. We need to do a lot better than that. And I don't think we're going to, because I'm on my last discard. This is really bad. I don't think it's like mathematically possible. The mult needs to multiply something. Yeah, I didn't have anything in my hand. Like if I had a royal flush, I would have played it. I think you play this and you pray that you draw 4 10s. The 5-card requirement would have been a lot easier. You know, I'll learn the lesson at some point. One day I'll learn the lesson to take responsibility, but also one day I'll learn the lesson to not get... When I'm on a good run, don't look at chat. When you look at chat, it's only people that are telling you, hey, you missed an Arby's 3 exits ago. And then you're like, we weren't even talking about Arby's. They're like, oh, I just thought you missed that. I just thought you'd like to know. It can only... When you're driving the car... Just drive the car. If you're crashing constantly, then let somebody else take the wheel. But if you're driving just fine, then don't even... You got nothing to worry about. Stop taking your anger out on one guys. It's not taking my anger out. It's the one guys that are making me angry. 7, 8, 9, 10. We were even pretty close to a straight flush on that one, but... I did not say Skibidi flush, okay? Did I? That's 9, 10. You did? No, I said straight flush. Don't lie to me, Walt. Tomo, get out of the courts! How you liking Balatro? Dan, I'm having an amazing time. I am also going to lose this run, though. I need to throw aces, man. I'm sorry to say it. I need to throw aces, and then I need to keep my straight potential alive here. Discard the pair. Get rid of them. You know what we need. We need something that has an ace involved. Dump this. Forget about that. I know it. Discard it. Discard. Don't even worry about it. Give me aces. We need aces or we need a full house. Sorry. Sorry. We need aces or a full house. Oh! How dare you? How dare you? You used them already? They're using one deck? I thought this was like a Casino Rama blackjack situation. I thought they'd be using like 6 decks so I couldn't count cards. Son of a... You just talked about counting cards? That was a joke! Alright, this one was no good. Wait. Why am I alive? You won? You survived? You literally got enough points? How did I score 3,300? I thought I was dead. Never mind, I'm the best of all time. Why are you mad? Because your aces go insane. Yeah. It's not a great two... That's the problem. It's not a... You know what? I just fish for straights, man. But like, I am fishing for straights. You could dump 1 9, but then what if the 9s come up? There we go! I know 3 kings looks great, but also looking great... 9, 10. Well, you got to think about this sanely. 9, 10, jack, queen, king. If you're not gonna get the straight flush, you try to get a straight flush in something else. Did I not play the 10? Oh my god. That was completely on me. We could get more 10s. You gotta keep that. Can I have some aces, please? Okay, a full house is at least like a respectable hand, and we get 5 draws that could give us aces. All we need is 4 aces in our next 5 draws, and we're chilling. None aces. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 7. Dump a 6 because we're just looking for straight potential here. 6, 7, 8, 10. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 queen. What's wrong with you? You've discarded too many 5s. Okay. Give me 9 then. And 4 aces. 4 aces. 4 aces. This sounds insane, okay? By the way, you did give me the 5, so I appreciate that. Why am I looking at chat? I just told myself you don't look at chat in these situations. We're washed! Okay, you know what? Play hand. We run it back again. I was doing better before I knew there was only 52 cards in each deck. Oh, sometimes you just get a bad beat. Shut up, Doyle Brunson. We were killing it before I started looking to you for advice. Probabilistically speaking, it was the right play. Yeah, shut the f... My kid's in the house. You're so lucky. Hang on. Flush me. How can it be the right play if it didn't work out? Annie Duke. I would rather make the wrong play and I'd still be alive. 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down. I can do this. I can do this. You gotta keep your 6s. You probably shouldn't discard face cards. Discard everything else. We needed 3 of a kind. What do you think, lads? Imagine. Oh! It was almost a straight flush, too. Holy. 237 points? Did they just say 237 points? You should use all your discards first? Oh, yeah. So true. I'm taking a lark. I'm going with this one. Oh! Holy. We get there. We get there. The other one's an ace? Bro, it could be a king. +8 if the +8 mult if the hand contains a pair. ×3 mult if any joker was bought in the previous shop. Okay, listen. It's so much easier to get +8 mult than 10. Like, everything's gonna have a pair. I'm gonna check this out. Discard me. Discard the spade and buy both. So you get to buy the stencil first, and then we get the jolly as well. And then take me to the next round. 4,000 must play fewer than 5 cards. That's actually totally fine, I think. Must play fewer than 5 cards. I mean, this is nutty to begin with. But we can also discard. Like, we could, for example, discard these first and try to make a triplicate. Oh, goodbye, good sir. You must play less than 5. That's still okay. Play 3 aces and watch him go to the moon. Don't play a king. You could get rid of your 9, though. 3 aces and a 9. Holy. Oh! 6,000 point hand. Stencil on the far right, they trigger in order. Ah, you want your multiplications on the far right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You want to set it up in inverted bed mass. So sell the banana. Plus 30 chips and 15 mult when 3 or fewer cards are played. That's a good buy. We'll just pop that down right there. Okay, next round me. Like, am I insane to think that this just goes crazy by itself? I guess you'd rather discard first. So we'd like discard, even though one of these is lucky, you discard it. And you discard it. And then you play this. Because you get time plus 15 mult when 3 or fewer cards are played. Yeah, this seems right. And there's a spade in here. Play it. It seems good. 68 times 204. What says 13,000 point hand? Solid. I mean, plus 10 mult is like meaningless at this stage of my life. I think we can dump even Stevens. Let me give you my math here, okay? Plus 10 mult of it contains 3 of a kind is great because of the fact that we also have the one that buffs us if we play a pair, and we also get buffed if we play less than 3 cards, right? Or maybe less than 5 cards. Maybe I'm missing something. Either way, we're going to be playing 3 cards oftentimes. So we would expect even Stevens to only buff us like 1 time per 3 card hand. Because face cards are not even. So it's like 50% of the cards minus the face cards. So I think that this is not that valuable. I think you're gone. And I think we'll basically spend our interest every time to get a ×3 on our multiplier. Play only 1 hand type this round. It might be good to honestly just play pairs. Listen, we're probably not going to be taking too much advantage of your anus here. But I'll tell you one thing. I literally can't play face cards, so just see ya never. I think I would be totally okay playing 2 aces. And then if that means we only play pairs, so be it. I think our multiplier is going to get us there. Oh! The problem with playing 2 pairs is that I would have to then play every hand would have to be 2 pairs from that point onward, which is a lot harder to get. That was pretty good. Mercury shooting through everything green. You know what I'm talking about? You ever listen to Rome by the B-52s? No? It's a really good B-52 song. It's not like a normal B-52 song where the one guy, Fred Schneider, goes like, I was walking in the lab late one night. But it's like they use their chops on that one. And I respect it either way, honestly. Come on, you gotta give me something here. A pair of threes will work. He didn't do the monster mash? Yeah, but you could imagine him doing the monster mash. Mostly because it was a graveyard smash. Okay, a pair of threes just got us 10,000 score. So, just keep it rolling. We're definitely gonna hit the demo limit. No doubt about it. Hello. Local blueberries! Pog!
Try.
Oh my god. These... Oh, you wanted this one? I did pack one, pick one. It's the best blueberry.
It's so good, right?
It doesn't get any better than that. And with the local blueberries, you don't get... One of them's really tiny and sour. One of them's bloated
they're
and...
all huge.
These...
They're like size of your eyes. Look at this guy.
Wow.
Three-eyed.
Wow.
Three-eyed Doctor Strange.
Me when I see Mom's knife in The Deal with the Devil? These are delicious. Thank you. I've been telling everybody about golden raspberries too. I was at the grocery store. So golden raspberries, they are local. Is a raspberry that's just yellow, basically. I bought them as a gimmick because I didn't know if they were any good or not. I'd never seen them before. I bought them and ate them, and I was like, literally, these are just raspberries, but better. I was at the grocery store when we came back from camping. I had the golden raspberries. Lady behind me in line was like, what are those? I said, they're golden raspberries. They taste like a raspberry, but sweeter. And she said, oh, I'm going to get some next time. I don't know what to tell you, man. The golden raspberries are taking off. So yes, just single pair is the ideal hand because it's going to build the supernova faster. He's got it. All we want to play are non-face card pairs. That's it. So a pair of sixes, what's that worth in today's modern world? Oh, cool, 20,000. All right. Pair of aces. What's the downside to skipping? Well, you don't get a shop. So like the real... I mean, you could get more into the meta game, like it doesn't give you a chance to build combo, I guess, on something like Ride the Bus. But early on, it felt to me like skipping was basically like a death sentence. Now, I feel like skipping would not be a problem for us at all. Next round me? Select the fish. All hands start with one mult. Ah! I didn't want it to end. Okay. Hang on, we'll throw slash marker Balatro there. I saw the message. Just give me a second here. Dev, if you are still in chat and you're interested in providing a beta key, can you whisper the key to moderator name Origin Angel and they could pass it to me? Alternatively, I could follow you on Twitter and you could DM me the key if you're still interested. But maybe I became so blind to flushes that you decided that I'm not a good ambassador, which is also fine. It's your right. It's your right. We got him on Discord, ladies and gentlemen. We got him on Discord. Origin's about to get spammed. No, don't. Norwegian's not gonna get spammed. They'll ban everybody. Okay, Twitter, please. It's a local thunk on Twitter. Follows you. Let's go. 64 followers. One is retro. One is Dan Giesling. That's like the highest good follower to number of followers total ratio I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That's like when you click on someone's Twitter profile, they have like 8 followers, and all 8 of them are like the CEO of companies. You're like, who is this mysterious person? Now I've done it. I dropped a blueberry somewhere. You got it? You see it? Oh my, it rolled that far? Holy cow! It's some Thai fried rice. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the message. Ooh! This is some yellow chicken curry with potato.
No.
It's yellow chicken curry.
No.
It's yellow tofu curry. It's tofu fried rice.
No.
It's tofu.
Well, what you ate is tofu.
What is it? It's biryani. Tofu biryani.
No.
What is it?
Eat it.
What? It's good. Rice, tofu, tomatoes, raisins, onions, maybe a little saffron. Appears to be Italian parsley. I'm gonna guess this is from the North African region of cuisine.
No.
Chat, can I get some help? Can I get some help on this one? It's called pilaf.
No.
No. Can we see it? Chad said peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No.
What? You can't leave. What's it called?
It's just Thai yellow fried rice with raisins, tofu, and pineapple.
Holy. Thank you. Okay, I'm being told that I should be able to continue my run. Let me do this in a way that won't cause the dev to freak out. Because I know if I was doing this on stream, or if I gave someone a code and they like Alt F4'd the game and then like, or didn't even turn off the game before they put in the code, I would lose my mind. I would be like, what is wrong with you? Thank you, developer, by the way. Thank you. Holy. Oh, whoa, whoa. Play. Continue. Oh! Continue a save to run from the main menu. We've got a new Joker. Okay. Slash marker Balatro. Thank you, local thunk. Local T-hunk, local thunk. Thank you, the developer of Balatro, for passing me a beta code so we can continue our previous run without being stuck by the demo limit. Make sure to check out Balatro when it comes out. I'm not even gonna ask, I'm gonna find it, because I'm a streamer who's not afraid to put in the legwork, okay? Steam, Balatro. Make sure to check out Balatro for yourself. It comes out in 2023. The demo is available on Steam. There is no firm release date according to the store page, but you can wishlist it and then you'll know. Then you'll find out. There is a cat on the screen there too. Okay, I gotta remember. Sure, 4 of a kind levels up. Not that we need it. It's over. It's already over. Although pairs do give us a huge bonus from Supernova. I mean, we just got 4 threes immediately. How can you not play 4 threes immediately when you get it? You play hand. You play hand. It's that simple. Plus, we leveled it up. It's on level 4. For a second, I thought I played a face card, and I was freaking out. 40,000 point score. There he is. Look, there he is. He's chilling back there. All face cards are debuffed. Joke's on you, idiot. Increases rank of up to 3 selected cards by 1. Destroys up to 3 selected cards. Well, like, we never want to really increase rank. Although it would be nice to... I guess technically you could set up, like, a big hand. I think you just want to destroy 1 queen. Get it out of your deck. And then, honestly, I probably, like... Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, level up pair. Here we go. 51 card deck. Probably just play this bad boy right here. I think this is going to be a new moon record. 82,000 point hand. Pretty solid. Hey, listen. The way you phrased it is not the way I would phrase it. They said, finally, a roguelite with no bloated story mode. Listen, what I would say instead is it's nice to play a roguelite that basically just says, here's your cards, have fun, instead of like, welcome to the kingdom of Loblastia, the evil wizard has stolen the scepter of power, and then you get into it and you're like, what the heck, it's just, is Mario Bros with permadeath? We get it, you hate lore. I like the lore of this, like who set up this casino? Is this a video poker machine in Akira? All right, good game. Oh, baby. You don't mind I'll take a little blueberry while we wait? Excuse me, developer, can I get a, oh, never mind. We got one more. I got too cocky. How about one of these? Developer, what's the highest hand score that's ever been given? Do you have access to that data on the back end? There's like 100 million plus hands. I'm about to get there. I'm about to overflow that integer. You're absolutely right. Imagine if I played a face card by accident, ruined my free 56 multiplier. The dev got timed out for typing a message that explained it, but it was too long. That's... that hurts. That hurts. Next round. By the way, the Venus card doesn't even look like it says penis. So I don't know why everyone's saying penis, penis. I was going to say, how do we have no pairs? But we have pairs. Gatorade, is it in you? Play your ace? Bro, we're really out here talking about +4 multiplier when my multiplier was at like 225? No, that's not as good as I thought it was. You know what? Buy me for a round, take me to the next round. Make sure you move it though. Was that the boss? Holy. Well, again, I'm taking another voucher. I'm going crazy mode, man. I'm sorry. I'm going crazy mode. Skip this blind to give me a voucher in my next. Oh, but there's already going to be a voucher in my next. Maybe there'll be 2 vouchers. Maybe there'll be 2 vouchers. 1 in 4 chance for a hollow Joker. Rightmost Joker is disabled. Oh, that's all right. We'll just put our ass Joker on the far right, and then we'll move Joker stencil to position 5. Ooh, it's so doable. High Priestess. Copies the ability of the Magician. Enhances a card into a lucky. Okay, well, I guess go ahead. And I'll take an Earth. I think we're about to win. We have 5 hands. Pair of 10s should go insane. Slay. Ice cream, so good. I just got struck by lightning. I can see the appeal. It feels fun to say it. Honestly, that pair of 10s did not go as hard as I thought it would go. How about a pair of 3s? I liked it better when you were saying stung by lightning. I wasn't saying stung by lightning. The lady said stung by lightning. I just quoted her properly. How about a pair of these? GG, GG. Oh, the greatest player of Balaton of all time. I mean, Balatro. He's defeated the boss. Best hand, 130,000. Looks like you weren't bluffing. See if you can beat that seed when the game comes out. / marker Balatro. Okay, sorry that we're ending fast, but I got to send you over to my wife's stream. By the way, I had an amazing time playing the game. I may even play it tomorrow. Because I think that it's normal roguelite progression. We sucked. We had like one great run on our first run where we paid attention. Then I was like, I'm amazing at this game. I don't need to focus. And I regressed. Then we had one combo that broke the game in its entirety. And I know that the next step is like, oh, this is easy. I'm going to try to use different builds. And then I'm going to regress more. And then you're going to go, you know, and then, you know what I mean. Sap Sloth Hunt tomorrow. Excuse me, some of us got the sloth sticker the old-fashioned way, okay? By being one of the first people to really get into the game and play a ton of it before the player base got insanely good. That's all I'm saying. I'm not throwing any disrespect at Skibidi. I'm not asking what's for breakfast at Cozy. I think this weekly is great because it's just so unusual. It's not just like, oh, it's a bunch of pets that do well with strawberries and here's strawberry. It's like in front of you, there are two wolves, crocodile, parrot, tiger, or just getting as many lionesses as possible. Ooh, emu, poison dart frog. I didn't think of that one. Now you got me wanting to play a little sap. I'm gonna go do some dad duty instead and eat this fried rice, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Later. Just don't start the singing, then you can't stop. So true. When you were young, you were the king of Austin Powers. And now you kidnap Nigel Powers as his foe to get the man of mystery to show. This is the room one afternoon where Fat Bastard ate you. And how Felicity shagged him real well to place a homing device where no one dared to dwell.